It's Tabletop time!
I'm Jen.
I'm Alicia.
I'm Jeremy.
And I'm Dave. And today's episode 2 of the Stargate SG-1 one-shot. In the previous episode... What happened, Cassandra?
Oh, man.
You give your character's recap. Becca will give a little and Nick will give a little.
So, Cassandra, we all went through the Stargate, and we ended up in a museum-looking place where we ran into a guy, and we got some information out of him that basically we're a little bit of outsiders, but we need to make our way to the mayor's place because we can't go home, unfortunately, without our dial home device.
Nick, what was your take on the events?
Very similar, but...
Similar, but with a gun.
Yeah, with a gun. And, yeah.
And Alicia, as Becca, your first foray through the gate in a while since your traumatic loss of your team. How do you feel?
I'm a bit, still a bit fragile, still a bit scared, but
You'll be right.
I'll be fine.
It'll be, well, we've just ended the episode with a reveal that there is a human guard seeming with a tattoo that appears to be the same as a Jafar tattoo. So it's very odd. That would be in service of the Goa'uld, which is at odds with the world because Goa'uld never let worlds advance to this level of technology. So it's a strange things happening. Are you going around the twist? That's another one shot. And we will say thank you. Last episode we had a little bit of a kerfuffle. We had to add the Patreon post, a Patreon scroll and post. So I'm going to give you the Patreon scroll right at the start of the episode.
Yay!
So thank you, Time Blink. That's Time Blink saying happy birthday, Blue Cat Kai. I personally won't be reading that in a foreign language because I don't know what it says.
I will not. I'll butcher that completely. Even if I
The Dark Fox.
Professor X.
Earth Angels Tarot.
Rain Ire.
Nick.
Tickle Duck.
And A.G. Macy.
Thank
A.J.
you.
Macy. My
Thank
gosh,
you,
I'm sorry.
AG. Thank you all to our lovely patrons.
This Texan accent's really...
And sorry we couldn't read out your glorious names last time.
Yeah.
All right, so we're ready to get cracking. Let's do it.
Oh, yeah.
So we just picked up with Nick spotting the tattoo of this guard. What do you do?
Do I have anything on me that I can kind of try and replicate this?
You'd have like
a
field
Sharpie.
makeup and stuff.
Yeah.
You say you got field makeup. Very important for soldiers.
Yeah. Can I try and replicate that?
Ooh, yes. This is going to be... What test are we going to make this? I'm going to say for the finesse related to drawing on your own neck,
Yeah.
sleight of hand.
Cool.
Challenge level
I hope you
3.
have like a little mirror so you can see. You're just like,
Yeah, of course I brought it.
2 successes.
You think you did a good job. You think you did a good job.
Okay.
You don't feel so bad about it that you're like, "Ugh," like you roughly did it, but you don't have a mirror.
Yeah. Cool. And then I'm just going to go straight up and approach them.
Cool.
Confidently.
Yep. You straight up.
Yeah, g'day guys, how you going?
Halt, traveller. State your business.
Going to the mayor. Got a small group of us been ordered to straight go.
By whose authority?
The mayor.
Make a deception check.
Oh god, that's my lowest roll.
Oh,
2 successes. You got this.
Got it.
1
Destiny.
success.
I have to use destiny.
So you need 3 to
Yeah.
win.
Oh no.
So the tie on perception wins.
And then I'll just like
So you just take the loss. Yeah.
I'll take the loss, but I'll
Yeah.
just pull down my.
I've got a list of the comings and goings through this gate, and I don't let anyone through, no matter what they might say to me. So you, sir, can bugger off.
Well, that's not very nice.
I ain't paid to be nice, mate.
Well, neither am I.
He just stares at you.
I'll go back to the group.
Yep.
And just kind of, I got rejected. They have like this a list, so we're not on the list. How do you guys reckon we should try and get through?
Could we say they got the wrong chosen one, and we'll just say Cassandra was meant to be the chosen one, and try and do the old switcheroo?
We could try. The other option would be maybe to just wait till it's a bit later and knock them out.
That works too.
Sure.
Yeah.
So you're going to wait for a few hours?
What does Toby think that which option
He-
A or option B?
Doesn't care.
Okay. We could try option A, see if it works, and if it doesn't work, try option B.
Cool.
Yeah? Okay.
All right.
Sounds good.
Who's taking the lead?
So how long are you going to wait, and
maybe.
where are you going to wait? You said you're going to wait for a little bit of time.
We're going to try and see if we can use me as bait to get through Becca's idea. And if that doesn't work, then we'll infiltrate later today.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
I'll go hide around the corner and like make myself look more girly somehow. I'll take off the where I've
Destiny
like put a hat
roll.
on.
Oh,
Your best attempts at making
Yeah,
yourself
no.
look more girly
In
by
this-
the
yeah.
standards here.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
you
that's
look like
fine.
a very effeminate man by their
That's
standards.
fine. That's fine.
Because you're wearing men's clothes,
Oh,
right?
yeah, I'd be wearing combat gear. I did. Yeah, no, yeah.
Boots and like
Yeah.
you don't have a 50-foot wide bustle on.
No, I
Okay.
chose to take men's clothes as well. So
Cool.
I just
Yeah.
basically take the hat off and I'm like,
Yep.
this is the best I can do, and come back out.
Yep.
Okay, ready to go.
Yeah.
I'll try talking to the guards.
All right.
All the guys. I'll be like, hey guys, sorry, there's just been a huge misunderstanding. This is actually meant to be the chosen one. I think you got the wrong girl.
Yeah. So
If
you're
you could
talking
just
to a
let us
different guard, by
through.
the way. I'm just going to
A
tell
different
you.
guard.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
That's fine. You keep talking.
Yeah. If you could just like let us through, we'll talk to the mayor. We'll get it all sorted out. If you just let us through, that would be great.
Could you make a persuasion check?
Oh no.
Oh no.
You need to beat 1.
Oh.
My rolls tonight are very good.
You can do this.
Come on.
You get 2
You get 2.
successes.
Well done.
Hey.
The guy like scratches the back of his head. What? They got the wrong chosen one? All right then. Well,
I'm just not going to look up. I'm looking
that
straight
seems
down.
completely reasonable. We often get a lot of chosen ones through here. How are you going to get up to the manor though at this time of night? If I were to let you through here,
I'm not saying a word.
Were there some carriages or horses or something there as well?
the stables seem to be like
Stables.
closed for the night.
Oh,
You know,
okay.
it's 10 miles to the mayor's house.
I don't know.
I'll pop up and I'll be like, oh, I believe that we may be rendezvousing with somewhere along the track. Like, I want to seem like I don't really want to go, but I'm the chosen one.
Why don't you stay the night at the tavern over there and then just go in the morning when it's safe?
I mean, isn't the chosen one needed now, or
Make a deception roll. Challenge level 5.
Can I
The
assist in that? Not worth it?
not postly.
Yeah. Okay,
It before if you declare.
so, yeah.
The other guard who seems far more competent takes a few steps over the one you talk to and he's just like, wait a minute.
I look back down.
And he looks at you and he kind of like grabs your chin and pushes it up. And then you're just like, you're far too old to be a chosen one.
And I try to knock him out.
How dare you say?
You're going to attack. There's like, there's like 6 guards on this gate. It's
Oh,
not just
shit.
2 guys standing there.
I thought it was only 2.
No, you would know that. You'd know tactically that you're in a very disadvantageous
Okay,
position.
all right.
So it would be probably dangerous to attack.
I'm gonna like move his hand away and say, "How dare you, sir, say that to a lady?"
I've seen a fair few ladies in my time and you ain't one of them. Now piss off.
Then I guess we leave.
Yeah.
Unless you
Go
wanna
check
try
out that
anything
tavern,
else.
Maybe.
Go try the tavern?
Yeah.
All right. You go try the tavern. You walk in. There is a man who's asleep on the counter. There's a couple of drunks passed out in the room.
Cool.
No one awake.
I'm gonna go talk to the like barkeep, and just I want to try and suss out this whole chosen one thing. Like, what's the deal?
So this guy that's asleep at the bar.
Oh, he's asleep.
Yeah. He's literally passed out on his own bar.
What's the time?
It's like 2 a.m.
Okay. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to talk to Toby and everyone. Like, we just go sit at a table, I imagine.
All right, Cassandra, what do you got for me?
I think this is going to be kind of difficult. I mean, we need to get through, and those guys, we're not getting through.
Well, what's your tactical assessment?
Well, we haven't really even looked for another way.
Could we climb the wall or something?
Always an option.
We need to do it discreetly, I guess.
How you guys in the physical?
Yeah.
You're comfortable scaling the wall? How will we get back in on the other side?
Oh, deal with it then.
Yeah, because you got to carry the...
Maybe we should try and ingratiate ourselves with some of the locals and work out how we can get up to the mayor's place by more official means, perhaps not at in the middle of the night.
All right. Maybe I mean, it's 2 a.m. though. I don't think we're going to meet anyone right now.
Oof.
Destiny roll 20.
Someone comes up to
A
us.
voice pipes up from the corner of the tavern. I wouldn't be so sure about that, traveller.
I spin my head around.
And a rather well-dressed gentleman is standing there. And he says, I have an associate who I believe would be quite keen to speak with you.
Well, hell, I'll take whatever I can get.
And there's a young man who's dressed in a scholarly and wealthy fashion. And that he says, the mayor might be the controlling man in this situation, but the trade union leader is a very generous man, and he's always told me to keep an eye out for foreigners. And I can tell by your accents that you're definitely foreigners.
I cough.
Of course. So, his name is Edward. He would very much like to see you, I'm sure. But he won't be back in town until morning. He's not good at night.
Edward, you say?
Indeed. I can arrange for him to meet you if you want.
Well, I mean, that'd just be dandy.
Excellent.
Can I ask him what is going to happen with this person and when it's going to happen? I want to get a general time frame of how quickly we need to be there, and because we're meant to be within 24 hours, we're meant to have established.
He's like, well, no one really knows, but they never come back. I'm a monotheist, see, so I don't particularly believe in this talk of multiple gods and all that wishy-washy nonsense. It sounds like the tongue of old heretics. Forgetting in the one true God, of course.
Praise be to he.
Well, that's right, of course. And their horrible talk of suns and moons and all that is all related to this chosen one nonsense. It's cartouches and glyphs and ancient Egyptian nonsense. And that's the first time you've heard terminology that sounds familiar to. And then he's like, it's honestly an affront to my good Christian sensibilities. Which again is another like, that's odd. That's very odd that they would be that particular.
That's their religion.
People, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Interesting.
These are very odd because most of you know that the Stargate was buried in ancient Egypt.
Yeah.
So for there to be people who are Christian and seemingly advanced technology, but there still seems to be some Goa'uldim, this is weird.
Okay. Cool. In that case, do you have somewhere we can stay the night?
No, I'm sure if you
Hours?
pay the innkeeper a few coin, he'll let you sleep somewhere in the bar. There's plenty of lounges around that are decent.
I kind of look at him and kind of look at us, and I'm like, we're a bunch of travelers and we don't have any coin.
Well, there's not much I can... I suppose I could put you up in my place for the night.
That'd just be dandy.
Now, don't make any trouble, especially not with those firearms of yours.
Oh.
And he notes the lumps in your clothes with with very keen eyes.
Of course, so we're just trying to look discreet, that's all. We don't want to cause a fuss.
No.
And he takes you to his house, which is in a wealthy part of town. It's like a 10-minute walk. It seems like he had reason to be at that part of town at nighttime, but he doesn't sort of let out what that is. And he seems to be a scholar of some sort, fairly young, but he lets you sleep in his spare rooms, of which there are many, in his opulent upper-class establishment. Cool. You pick up while you're there that he seems to be a scholar of history, like he's related in some way to museum or studies of the past. But night passes.
What was his name, sorry?
You never asked.
Oh, sorry, Cancer. What is your name?
My name is Norris.
Norris. Well, it's nice to meet you, Norris. I'm Cassandra.
Pleasure to meet you too. Strangely garbed for a female, but different cultures and different ways.
Yes, exactly right.
Wonderful to see. A little bit of spice in your life.
Cool. And we stay the night.
Yeah.
You stay the night? Cool.
I'm just laying low.
In the morning, you are told to go to... He takes you to a certain part of town where you are allowed to meet with Edward. And over a morning cup of tea, this establishment, and some freshly baked bread that is all very lovely, a burly and sinister-looking man approaches, muscled, short hair, but rather harsh-looking features, dressed in a suit, comes over to you, looking around. He sits and pulls himself in quietly. Edward.
Oh, right. I thought he was talking to the other guy for a second. So I wasn't know his name. Howdy, I'm Cassandra. It's nice
Norris
to meet you.
already left. Says, "Oh, Cassandra, quietly, please.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Show me beneath your costume. What is
I'm
your...
sorry?
Your true garb, woman. Not talking nonsense.
Oh. Does...
I
take off the coat?
He's like, I see you took that from the museum. I'm familiar with the garments.
Yeah, we kind of just didn't want to stick out like a sore thumb, to be honest. And yeah, I kind of like take off the coat or like flash him what's underneath.
Yeah.
And then sit back down.
And your weapons.
Yeah. I kind of again just sort
What
of
about 'em?
show my handgun.
You show your handgun.
Just like the hilt of it, not the whole. I don't pull it out or anything.
So this guy was introduced as the leader of the trade unions, and he's like,
I also just want to make it clear that we're peaceful people. We don't mean any harm.
"And where are you from?"
Oh,
Nowhere you'd know.
Out of town.
I like that. Discreet.
That's not giving me much information.
Well, why don't you give us some information, sir? It's a bit hard to trust you.
And yet, you're asking for it. From me. This is my city. You are foreigners, and you were brought to my attention. So, I'm interested in you, and what you can offer me, and what I can offer you.
I'm going to pull out a Twinkie and give it, and just like slide it across the table to him. So, that's just one of many offerings that we have, sir.
He says, "What is this?"
I pull out another one of my own and just like open it and take a bite and share the satisfaction.
Of a delicious
Yep,
Twinkie.
And he tastes it, and he's like, "Sweet, sickly. This good will rot teeth from our children. I'm not interested in treats."
I think it's more of a gesture that you can tell we're not from around here, but clearly our treats are plentiful.
I can see that. So, where do you come from? And your garb and your equipment, it's beyond what we can make.
I'm going to look over to Toby and kind of, I'm just looking for him to like nod or just to
You
give
have
him some
full
sort of
authority
sign.
to do whatever
Cool.
you want.
I'm going to turn to him and say, oh, okay, well, I'll play ball. We come from a place called Earth.
Ugh.
You know the portal-looking thing that's sitting in your museum? Yeah.
The portal. The chopper eye. He says, intoned in a way that means he's familiar with saying that.
Yeah,
you
I'm
guys
kinda
all
like,
know
whoa.
that is the Goa'uld term for Stargate. You know how it works then.
To a degree?
You come from Earth.
Does he have any tattoos or anything on him?
Major Lockman says, he's like, yeah, the Tari. And then he's like, the first ones. Right. Amazing. You might be able to help me. I've got a bit of a problem.
Mm-hmm.
We have a problem. I need you to stop the mayor. He's a Goa'uld. Do you know that term?
Yes.
It still seems odd that this guy knows all this information.
Yeah.
He's trying to do something. He's trying to find someone he can move into and take over. He's trying to find him, and I can't have that. If he prolongs his stay here, well, let's just say he won't much do good for the people of this world.
Well, I certainly agree with you, sir.
Cool. And he kind of like seems in pain for a moment, and then he says, I've got to go, but... And he pulls out a document and hands it to you, and he says, this will help. And then he seems to hastily like stand up to leave.
Oh, okay. Oh, bye. Bye, sir. Bye.
You guys react to that?
I'll let him go.
Is there
Can I like see
any
what's wrong with him? Like
specific?
He just
If
seems...
he's-
Yeah, make a medicine
like
check.
a diagnostics.
Yeah, diagnostics check. Challenge level 3.
Okay.
4. He seems to be suffering from an internal pain. There's not any kind of like... it seems periodic, and it doesn't seem to be tied to an injury. You would associate it with someone who's having like severe cramps or something like that, where they're like getting that like every now and then it's like a knife, and you can tell he's wincing from like this significant knifed pain occasionally. But he doesn't appear to limp or carry himself as if there's a specific location for the pain.
Very interesting.
I'll have a look at the document he's given me.
Cool. So by the time you can pop the seal and roll it out, he's already scurried off,
Yep.
looking very threatening. He shouts at someone who gets in his way and like, get out of my way, and like runs off. And you roll it open, and it is an official invite to the mayor's house.
Hey!
Signed and sealed by the mayor.
Woohoo! Great. Well, we got what we needed.
God, where was this last night? When we needed it?
I guess we'll walk straight up to pack our things up and go straight to the guards.
All right.
Yeah. Should we go to the stables and see if we can get
Get a carriage.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. You take a detour to the stables. You arrive, and there's, hello, everyone. And there's like a sort of 12-year-old standing there. How can I help you?
We're in need of a carriage and horse and carriage to be more precise.
Well, most horses and carriages around here are owned by the lords and ladies, but I might be able to point you in the direction of someone who would rent you one, or maybe take you like a carriage master.
My good friend Norris said that we could potentially borrow one. We'll bring it straight back.
Well, my good friend Bribe said that I could point you in the right direction.
And then I pull out
Yes.
some coins, like a small handful of.
Of earth coins.
Yeah.
He's like, what were they then? That ain't money.
Give him the Twinkie.
I think the kid
It
will like
is
the Twinkie,
actually.
yeah.
Give him the Twinkie.
Yeah. I'll grab a Twinkie as well.
Yep.
As a few coins.
What's that then?
Just give it a try.
He cracks it open and takes a mouthful, and he's like, more.
I only have one more. You can
The
have
He
horse.
puts his hand
Yeah.
out for it.
And I say horse and carriage.
He nods.
Yeah, great.
Yeah.
Cool. He takes the Twinkies, scurries across, pulls on like someone's shoulder, whispers in their ear, runs into the building, comes out, and then he's like, "Oh, all right. I've got a carriage master who'll take you to the mayor's house, provided you got permission, of course."
Yep.
I show him the thing we just got. Just really briefly. That's got the seal on it.
All right. He'll want payment on the other side, though.
That's fine.
All right. It'll be 2 coins. 2 silver. Pretty expensive, if you ask me, but you-
on the other side is what you're
yeah,
saying.
you
Oh.
look like you people of means. Have a good day then. And then he
Yep.
gestures to the carriage, and shortly after the carriage master comes out and
Great.
they prepare the tack and the horses. They take about half an hour to get ready to travel.
Yeah. Well, in that time, is there anywhere where we could trade? To get coin, maybe.
Definitely roll
Is
that.
a-
7. You find a market that it's not a particularly exciting or opulent one. There's just a few like food stores and stuff, but there's definitely merchants around. So is there any particular kind of trader or person you're looking for?
I was thinking of using like an earth coin as like a really valuable token to like trade for silver or something.
Cool.
Just as an idea. Yeah.
Major Lockman looks over at Cassandra and says, "All right, so we're going to be heading over to the mayor's place, right? Well, I can't have the whole team over there. So, Cassandra, I'm going to need you to head back to the Stargate and hold down that museum. Make sure that if command dials through to us, you can get a message back through explaining our situation."
Cassandra's heart breaks a little bit because she's like, she has to be taken away from Toby. So
Yeah.
it's a bit sad. So she's kind of like, oh.
He-
Like, I understand. So.
He notices that and looks at you and says, "Cassandra, you're our best tech on this mission. With your knowledge of gates, if we need to manually dial back, we can't risk anything happening to you.
Sir, you're too kind.
All right, you know where to go?
Yeah, I'll be all right.
Off you go then, soldier. I'll see you on the other side.
See you on the side.
Maybe next time you'll get a bit of the adventure."
It sounds like you didn't do it. Like,
No.
oh, dang it.
It's like saying we're off to go do the
Yeah.
fun adventure and you're going to stand by a gate to guard duty.
All right. Well, Cassandra, I have to make like a destiny roll to make my way back.
No, Cassandra makes her way back.
Oh, okay. All right.
Do you want to roll a dice?
Yeah,
Sure,
I
make a destiny roll.
Oh,
A
gee.
4. Cassandra, yeah, Cassandra has a crap time getting back. She gets lost. She like has some thuggery occur,
She's away from Toby. Like, that's not okay.
and she's depressed about it. But
Yeah.
eventually, she makes it back to the Stargate room and holds it down.
Great. All right.
So Jen has to go. This is the last time Jen will have to abandon early. She's got work commitments, but don't worry, she will be in episode 3 and 4. We're not cutting her out, and I will actually give a little bit of a spoiler. The little bit of a spoiler is I felt that we're doing 4 episodes of Stargate. I couldn't do a 4-episode story. It felt wrong for Stargate.
Yeah,
so
fair.
what we're actually doing is 2 episodes on one planet, and then the mission's
Great.
done, and 2 episodes on another planet.
Oh,
Same
that's
team,
exciting.
but we'll go on another mission through
Yeah.
the Stargate. It's not going to be the same world. So
Oh,
they're
awesome.
designed to be wrapped up in the 2 episodes, and then we'll go through the Chup Eye again and do a different scenario.
Oh,
So,
that's
yeah.
exciting.
All
All right.
right.
That's it.
Bye, everyone. Thanks for having me.
Bye.
Bye, Jen.
And I get to see
Bye,
my awkward.
Cassandra.
I don't know if you want to edit this out. 'Cause I have to awkwardly.
No, we'll keep it in. We don't
no.
edit these things
Oh,
out.
no.
Let's get a long
Yeah,
long
just
shot
music.
of Jen leaving. So sorry to our lovely viewers that we have to do that, but as I said, it's the last time. So you were going to buy some goods. Nick was going to buy some goods, trade some goods, try and get some coin.
Try and trade for some coin.
All right. You go to the market. What are you trying to trade? What stall do you go up to?
Is there anyone who visibly looks like they're after random, like, you know how people trade antique or just random bits and
Yeah.
things, like just a goods merchant kind of thing?
Destiny roll off the board. I got it. Doesn't count. Okay, it doesn't count. 11. Yes, there is an old lady who has a weird knick-knack stall
Cool.
for some reason.
I'll go over to the old lady.
Hello, dearie. Would you like to purchase this pot?
I'm actually after to trade some things, and then I just like start pulling out some coins. I got a Twinkie. I got actually.
No, you don't
I
have a
gave
Twinkie.
away my last Twinkie.
You're out of
sorry,
Twinkies.
sorry. I pull out some other like sweet bar, but nothing too suspicious or nothing of like.
Make a persuasion check to see if you can convince her of the value of your goods. Like,
Yeah, really upsell
Yeah.
it. Like,
These
challenge
coins,
level.
I was
She's
just doing my
eccentric,
pitch.
so I'm going to say challenge level 2.
Well, I failed.
You got one success.
These coins are from nowhere you've ever seen before. You see this head on there?
can I help out? or
You mean
something?
these notes, American?
I took coins.
Okay.
American coins.
Okay. You got some quarters and stuff.
Yeah.
You can help out. What would you like to? We'll give Becca a chance to. She's
Yeah,
not
okay.
interested in your goods. So what can Becca offer?
How can I help?
I would suggest that in this kind of society, if you can prove the efficacy of perhaps some medicine, that could be something they'd actually trade.
Ah,
Something from your
yeah.
first aid kit.
Yeah, maybe. Is there anything like visibly wrong with the old lady? Like, does she have like warts or something that I could treat?
A 2. So that's bad for you, which means
Okay.
no, the old lady is uncharacteristically the picture of hell.
Damn it. What can I give her? Maybe I pull out some vial of like medicine. And I'm like, this is like the perfect anti-aging, like
So what's in the vial? What actually have you got?
it
Like,
can just be like some generic medicine.
so is it like antibiotics or painkillers?
Yeah,
Or, okay.
like yeah, something
Okay.
like that.
Make a persuasion check against her to convince her. Actually, deception check is what it is.
Okay.
So you're trying to lie to her to say it's snake oil.
Oh,
3 out of 4. So challenge level 3.
Okay.
4 successes. The presentation of your medical vial, because like everything's sterilized and you know what it is, so you unpack this like modern packed military first aid kit, so everything's in their slots. It's all individually plastic wrapped. You, like rip open a plastic wrap and you put gloves on. The way you demonstrate your goods just show this level of like her eyes widen because she's not used to seeing things packed and stored in this way. And she's immediately enthralled. And she offers to pay for it with the amount of money you require to go on this trip.
Okay.
So she gives you the coin for the vial of like painkillers.
Perfect.
She's like, oh, I'll be young and strapping in no time. I'll be dancing my bustle off.
Yeah. For
Cool.
sure.
Cool.
And she's very happy, and you make the trade and you get the coin. Good work. And by about half an hour later, you know your carriage is ready.
All
Major
right.
Lockman says, all right, should we ship out?
Yep. Yes, sir.
Sounds good. We got the document off Cassandra, didn't we?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you've got the document.
Shouldn't take it with her.
So you travel to the stables, and the carriage is ready for you, and you reach the guard house, and different guards are on this time. Well, what have we got here? Says a guard sergeant.
Hello. We're just going through for just have a look at the paper.
Oh, all in order. Wonderful. Signed by the mayor himself.
Indeed.
A higher request could not be granted. Of course. Open the gates! And they all crank a big wheel and the big iron portcullis goes up. And the carriage travels down the countryside.
Cool.
Perfect.
Is there anything notable along the way?
A sign that just says, welcome to Dunwich.
Dunwich.
And that's it. So it's the first time you've actually found the name of the town.
Okay.
Should actually say welcome to New Dunwich, actually. So it says welcome to New Dunwich.
Ah, okay.
And you head on out. Make general knowledge checks, both of you. Challenge level 5. So you may not be able
There's
to
no
actually
point.
succeed.
There's no-
What have you got? 3, and you've got
6.
6.
Oh,
So you
boy.
can succeed.
Nice.
So challenge level is very high for this, though. You get 1, 2, 3 successes. This name, Dunwich, pricks at the edge of your recollection, but you don't remember anything about it. And then you travel. You're on a beautiful, correct carriage journey through the countryside till after quite some time, probably 2 hours or so. You arrive at the outside of this massive manor with big walls and wrought iron on the fence, and it's this huge manor. And at the gates, burly attendees with tattoos on them of that symbol open the gates and let the carriage in. You're dropped off. The carriage master asks if you'd like him to wait for you.
Yeah,
Please, sir.
please,
Cool.
if you could.
And then he waits for you, and you head to the front door, I guess, and knock.
Cool. How many guards were there? In
Probably like 2 on the
Around.
front gate.
2?
Yeah.
And any more patrol?
One opens the door. There's a guard in the... Yep.
Cool. Yeah,
Okay,
we'll
we
just go up.
ring the doorbell.
The door, knock on the door. The door opens. A groundskeeper comes to you and says,
Hello, what business do you have here?
We've been sent here to see the mayor.
Summoned by the
yeah.
mayor.
Indeed,
Wonderful.
yeah.
Yes.
Thank you.
and he takes you into a tea room to await the mayor. And after about 10 minutes, he comes back and says,
I'm afraid the mayor is indisposed right now. He's with one of the chosen ones.
Oh, what should we do?
Mm.
Do we want to save the chosen one, or get the DHD,
Or both.
or both?
We're superheroes.
Yeah. But which one first?
Maybe.
now I traveled a long way to be here, and you're telling me off my personal invite that I didn't get any time with the mayor. This is preposterous. You go and get that mayor. Tell him to come down here right now. You guys have anything to add?
I'll wait till he hopefully leaves.
He leaves, and then shortly comes back and he says,
The mayor does not have time to see you. He says he has no recollection of giving you the invite.
Cool. So
Well, then we'll go to see him.
Well,
Can we go to the...
so you stand up to
Yeah.
push past this old man.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, you cannot possibly. And he tries to stop you. What do?
I kick down the door.
Hell yeah. You just push past.
Yeah.
Major Lockman stands up and is like, well now, Becker, you know what? At this stage, I think I'm in about the same mood. Let's go find this son of a bitch. And then he stands up and pushes past the old man. And you hear a faint scream from downstairs, echoing through the floor, and you see stairs that clearly lead down to the basement.
is there anything along the way that might, because we're trying to get the DHD as well, is there anything that stands?
You don't see anything that stands
Okay,
out.
right. We'll go down the stairs.
Cool. You travel down the stairs, and at the bottom of the stairs there is a door. You can hear some loud sounds from the other side of the door. You push it open.
I'm going to get ready to...
Cool.
Yeah, I'm going to get my... Just...
The doors aren't
normal-
locked, so you can
Yeah.
pretty easily get them through. You push the door open. The scene in front of you, the door bursts open, and you see that there is a young woman wearing a robe on the table, who is screaming in pain with a yellow glow passing across their face from the hand of this old man with this long, raggedy hair who is in a suit that's too big for him, that is inflicting pain on her with this weird device on his hand. And as soon as you get in there, a burly man turns towards you and goes to stop you. He's like, "What are you doing in here? Intruders!" And he charges towards you, this guard. What do you do? What's your response?
Shoot him.
Straight into
Escalate straight into killing. You can. You're allowed to. I'm just asking, making sure that you're going to do that.
I'll probably try and shoot the person inflicting harm, instead of the person coming towards me.
All right.
Am I at the front? Where am I?
You're at the front. You
Okay.
busted the door open.
Yeah.
All right, so we're going to go into combat. I'm going to get you to make a ranged combat roll. This is just going to be a challenge level. So you're firing a static target. So it's challenge level 4, short range, static target, old man, and you get to roll your full combat plus your firearm. So you have, I think, 11 dice. or 10
Well,
dice.
This one says
7 plus your rifle, which is, what you got your submachine gun in close range, I'm assuming. So you get 10 dice
Oh, cool.
because your gun adds dice.
So how many people are in the room?
There's only the guard and the one guard and the
Yeah.
what looks
old
to be a
man.
gold.
Okay.
You would assume by the fact that he's doing the with his hand, golden
Yeah.
hand thing.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
A burst of fire comes out of your submachine gun, and as the bullets fly across the room, they there's a crackle of light, orange light, as they stop short of the man with the thing as they hit some kind of energy shield that is protecting him from his gold device. He doesn't even seem to pay attention. He's so distracted doing. He seems to be in a bit of pain himself, which is odd. The guard, who has higher reflexes? Who have you got reflexes?
Yep. Does.
You do? 1 reflexes?
Yep.
So, Becca, are you going to attempt to engage with the guy who's about to attack?
Yeah, I attack the guard.
What manner? Are you going to shoot them or try and subdue them with melee weapons? Or other means?
Can I use my rifles?
You can use your rifle, so you're just going to shoot the guy that's coming at you?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So we do a combat roll. So this guy is charging at you. So if he makes it to you, you're only going to get 1 turn of using your gun before you get severe disadvantages in close combat.
Okay.
But you do get to use it for 1 turn.
Okay.
Because that you're so close. So he gets base 3 plus his attribute plus his combat skill. He's a skilled personal guard, but he's unarmed. So he rolls. He gets 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 5 successes.
Oh, God.
But now you roll against him.
Okay.
So you also get your gun, which is plus 3 dice. So it's this. What have you got? 6 or 7 dice,
I've got 7 there.
and then you add 3 for your submachine gun. So that's your skill, but then your equipment is determined by me. So that's an
Okay.
additional bonus. So you should have 10 dice.
Okay. Oh.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you try and get to the side of Nick, who's in front of you in the doorway, and you fire off like a burst of shots in this narrow confine. But the guy is moving too quickly, and he kind of like gets behind Nick before you can track him. That's why you miss, because you can't dodge bullets, but you can dodge aims. So basically, you're like trying to pull it up, and you pull the trigger, but just you have to stop firing because Nick ends up between you.
Right.
And he ties with your roll, so he actually now enters into like the fray where he's within arm's reach of you guys, so you won't be able to use your melee weapons. So your guns. So we now go into the next round of combat. What are you going to do?
Cool.
He declares first because he's slower than you. He's going to attempt to slug Nick.
Yep. I'm going to attempt to slug him.
So you're going to attempt to punch him.
Yep.
Okay. What are you going to do, Becca?
Yeah, can I see how they go? Like,
No, so you have
Okay,
to
I have to
declare first.
Okay.
This is Alicia's first
No.
time doing combat in
sorry.
Cogent.
Sorry,
No,
everybody.
don't apologize. I'm just letting them know.
Okay.
So you get to declare what you're doing, and then we roll out what happens, because it's kind of like it's all happening at once. So
Yeah.
he's coming to punch Nick. Nick is going to swing back at him, and you're on the side. What are you doing?
okay, I'm backing up. Can
So
I back up?
you're just going to punch him?
Yeah, yeah.
Cool. You just get in the fray. Okay, so what we're going to do is then we roll off. He gets his same dice roll again. So he's got 3 plus 1. This
I
man
get
has 1
6?
strength.
What do I get?
Then he has 3 skills. He's a very capable handheld bodyguard. That's what his job is. You get your base. So do you have an unarmed combat skill?
I don't know. Do I? I should.
Do you have it on your sheet?
Not on my.
So you don't have unarmed combat skill. So because the combat part of Cogent hasn't been revised yet, I'm going to homebrew for this because I guess I have a little bit. Soldiers are generally trained to fight, and I'm going to say you can use your gun's skill in combat because you're trained to hit with the butt of your gun, defend yourself, use fierce. You're a soldier, but you don't get the weapon bonus, so you're actually going to be disadvantaged. So you only get 7 dice.
Yeah, okay.
And Yeah, so in the cogent rules, you get like -2 for using a gun in close combat. So,
Okay.
yeah, so you're going to have 7 dice.
Yep.
Cool.
Cool. Who rolls first?
1 went, oh my God.
4.
I'll re-roll that. So that's, okay, 4 successes. I did knock that. That was a 5. So 4 successes.
1, 2,
4
3.
successes. And Becca?
Oh, me. So how many dice do I have?
I'll give you your same roll minus so you don't get the weapon. So you can just have the 7 dice.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ooh.
You should probably be penalized, but that's fine.
1, 2, 3.
3. So he attacks Nick and they're in kind of like a standstill, but then Becca comes in with a punch and hits him, but it doesn't seem to hurt him very much. And he just like immediately grabs you and punches you like in the scuffle, and he injures you. He punches you in the face and it like bruises you and you take a level 2 injury.
Oh, no.
Unless you have strength to counter it. So you are now injured, so you mark in your injury levels that you have level 2 injury.
Okay.
Cool. Next round.
Cool.
Are you guys still going to bustle in the doorway? Like, what's the go?
Is there anyone else around?
There's Major Lockman, who's behind you, but he can't really get into the fight because you're all fighting in a doorway.
All right.
Okay.
Well, I'll move back because he's going to keep approaching us, right?
Yeah, okay. So you pull back a little bit.
Yeah.
Cool.
Pull back. But, like, movement, can I still attack him?
Yeah,
while
you can
pulling back?
fight. You can also
Yeah.
go full defensive and just, like, block while you retreat a little bit.
Yeah, I might do that.
Or you could, like, make a big play, like jumping out of the way or doing something like that. Up to you.
So has he like got me like by the neck or
He just
something?
punched you in the
He
head,
just punched-
really, but he hit you badly. Like, it just hit hard.
Okay.
Can I try and, like, trip him when he's coming through? Like,
You
move back
can, if you succeed in the combat roll, you
Yeah.
can trip him, yeah,
Right.
but you need to succeed in your
Yeah,
combat roll first.
while moving backwards. Is that the thing?
Yeah, you can move
Yeah,
backwards
cool.
while fighting.
Yeah,
All right.
moving away from that.
Cool. So you pull out of the doorway a little bit. The girl screaming intensifies. Becca, you've been injured. What are you doing?
Can I try and like cut him with my scalpel or something?
You can pull out a knife. Have you got
Yeah.
skills with knives? What?
I've
what?
got surgery.
So that's not a combat skill. So you can fight with it. You just don't get the extra dice.
Okay.
You're probably better off fighting with your. You can pull
Yeah,
back out of the
maybe.
fight while he's distracted and then shoot him.
Yeah, I might do that.
Okay, so this turn you just pull back out of the fight. He doesn't chase you, so you won't fight this turn. It'll just be these two. But then next turn you can then shoot him again.
Okay.
All right, let's go.
Cool.
The scuffle continues, but he only gets 2 successes. And you get 4, so you have a level 2 victory on him.
So, I mean, I can knock him out?
So you can stagger him,
Okay,
or you
I'll
can
just
just
trip
injure
him.
him. So stagger him gives him -2 to his dice. I think trip, I think, is level 3. Imagine not knowing literally everything off by heart. Cogent.
I'm happy to stagger, though.
You're happy to stagger. So that gives him -2 on all his dice. You could
Because
just
I won't be able to trip it, I think.
you could just injure him. Okay, so you can it's just medium, or you can disarm him, or so he doesn't have a hand weapon. I'm going to say he reduces your victory level by 1 using his strength, and then it makes it easy. So you can stagger him or give him a minor injury.
Stagger.
Cool. He's staggered. Next round of combat.
Yep.
So he's now off balance, and it looks like Nick is getting the upper hand. So Becca, what are you going to do?
I'm gonna shoot him.
You're going to shoot to kill, or are you going to try and like disable him? Not that it's a TV show, people. You can shoot to disable.
Shoot to disable. I feel
Okay,
he
so
might
you're
have
like
some
shoot him in the foot
information
or
for
something?
us. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, obviously that can still be fatal, but you're a doctor. You reckon you can fix it?
Yeah.
All right. So Combat rolls. What are you doing? Just fighting him?
I've gone back and up. Yeah.
You're still in combat with him.
Yeah,
you were
yeah.
kind of distracting him.
The
Yeah.
goal is to make him unconscious.
Okay, so you're just going to keep fighting him. Cool. All right, so he rolls. He gets 5 successes off 5 dice.
Gosh.
Minus. Oh no,
That was minus 2.
Sorry.
However, you get your 10 dice back because you're using a gun, but you lose 2 dice because you're injured. So you kind of you're groggy. You've taken a bit of a hit. All right,
God, all right.
Becca, shoot him in the leg.
I've got 8. 1, 2, 3.
3 successes.
Very good.
Your shot hits the floor. You miss his leg. Nick.
Cool.
4, 3
3.
successes.
Oh,
Uh-oh,
boy.
it's not looking good.
Where's Cassandra when you need her?
Yeah, I know, right? It's all right. You might not have Cassandra,
Come on, Major Toby.
but you have Major Toby Lockman, who now has space to fight. And he does awfully, getting 3
We all did
successes.
awful.
So he gets a level 2 victory on you, and so he can't
stagger.
fight all 3 of you at once. He's actually not that equipped. So now there's 3 of you in the fray. He hits you,
Yeah.
and he's going to give you. He's going to stagger you as well, knock you back a bit.
So I have to do.
So now you have -2 dice on your next turn.
Yep.
So now we go into combat round again, and this time, Becca is going to get 2 extra dice because you're flanking now. So he can only fight 2 people at once, this guy.
Right,
So
okay.
now that he's got 2 people in punching him,
Yeah.
you are like off to his side. He can't defend himself as well against you.
Okay.
So another round, more combat. This is like the longest fight back and forth we've ever had. Usually they're resolved really quickly, but this one guard is just making that a problem.
She's just really,
So he fights again. He's still focusing on Nick. He gets only 2 successes. Becca shoots. You get 10 dice.
Yeah. That's 10, yeah.
1, 2, 3,
there's
4,
much there.
5 successes. So you get a level 3 victory. So you can inflict a serious injury. You can trip him over, which becomes prone. Yes, you can do that with a gun somehow. So like you shoot at his feet and it grazes his foot and he kind of like jumps and falls over.
Okay.
Or you can just shoot him solidly. But trip sounds like it's more what you were trying to do if you weren't trying to kill him.
Yeah, I was
It'll give him
thinking, like,
negative
serious-
4 dice off his. So serious
Yeah.
injury is like you shoot him through the chest and he's bleeding out. Trip is like he goes on the ground and he's now got negative 4 dice, so you could like restrain him. There's no right or wrong answer.
Okay. Maybe trip. I trip
Okay,
him.
so it's just whether your character is going to be nicer or meaner,
it's
basically, and
Whatever your character would do. Yeah.
what feels more Stargatey or
Oh,
what feels
yeah.
more like. We're going for the trip
Oh,
Or they're going
I
for the
think my
kill.
character would go for the serious injury.
because of the gold thing. Is that what you're thinking?
Yeah.
All right.
Because I've got an extreme
So
prejudice.
you miss the first shot and you just
Yeah.
go bang and
Yeah.
drop around through this guy,
Yeah.
and he
sorry.
staggered. Now Nick, you get to roll as well, obviously.
Well, I'm just trying to further restrain. Like, did
Well,
he
it's
fall
just a
over?
combat roll. For
Okay,
no,
okay,
that
sorry.
it's all happening simultaneously. You get 1, 2,
3, 4, 5.
5, 6. You get a level 3 victory on him as well.
Yeah, I want to restrain.
So you can trip with a level
Trip,
3.
yeah,
so
trip.
you shoot him and you trip him over and he just hits the deck, and he has no dice next turn at all because he's negative 7 dice. So what do you do? He's on the ground. I'm going to say you don't need to roll. He's got a bullet through his chest. He clutches his chest, and you trip him on the ground. So what are you guys doing?
How do you stop him doing this? How do you stop the... What's he doing? He's
The
killing
old
this
man,
person.
Yeah, we asked
Who are you asking?
we
I'm
asked-
like
yeah.
trying to interrogate him.
He's like, he looks up and he's like, "You can't!" Clutching his wound. He's a god!
Okay.
What are you doing at this stage?
Yeah.
Becca?
Yeah, I'm trying to think how I can get past that like shield that he's got.
SG1 have brought in a field report about those shields because they have been encountered before at this stage. They basically say they can only stop projectiles. They don't stop physical.
Right.
Like you can walk through them. You can give him a big hug, but you can't shoot him.
Cool.
Can I try and punch him?
Yeah, so you
The old
step
man?
over the
Yeah.
the guy that's bleeding on the ground and run over to the old man and punch him.
Yeah.
All right, make a combat roll.
Okay. How many dice?
With a punch, you just get base 3 plus attributes, so you're just going to have 5 dice.
Okay.
But this guy gets very few dice as well. Three successes. You're chasing 3.
God.
You get 1 success.
God.
You run up, swing, and he dodges out of the way with unexpected alacrity. What is Nick doing?
I'm going to pull out a knife
Mm-hmm.
and go for him as well.
All right.
Yeah.
Make an attack roll.
Do I get myself?
You get whatever you'd have with a knife. Do you have training with knives? So you
I
get-
hope so. As special forces.
If you didn't put the points into it, you don't have it. So you have base 3 plus attributes is 5, and knives don't give you
Can
any
I
additional
change
dice.
what I just said
Yes, you can.
to
Yeah.
a shoulder with use my ballistic
You're gonna just smack him with your
Yeah.
gun.
as
Okay,
hard as I possibly
sure.
can.
So 7 dice.
Yeah.
No benefit for using your gun, but you
Yeah.
you train to use it.
Cool.
Sure.
1, 2, 3, 4, 3.
3 successes. So you actually tie the same combat roll that he got. So he dodges out of the way with
no.
surprising alacrity. His eyes flash gold as he looks towards you, and he looks enraged. But his like palm thing gets pulled away from the woman, and he's no longer torturing her with it. And you also notice, make a perception check.
Two.
2 successes.
Yep.
Cool.
Ooh.
3 successes. You spot in the room that there seems to be, it's like a wine cellar, and there's a way upstairs, like a little winch lift thing. And down here, there's a whole bunch of weird experimental devices and things that don't look at home in this civilization. But there's also the dial home device. So it's down here. The DHD is down in this guy's basement. And there's a moment where his eyes flash gold, and then they don't flash, and he kind of goes, "Ah!" And he's in a whole bunch of pain, and he's seized with this pain, and he doesn't move, and you have another opportunity to do something to him while he's paralyzed for a brief moment. You don't know why it's happening, but you have a feeling that you only have like a split second to react.
Gonna try and knock him out again.
Yeah, you can try and hit him again. What are you
Yeah.
going to
I'm gonna punch him again.
punch him? Just,
Yeah.
Yep, okay.
Just straight up.
Go for it. Make combat roll.
Do.
He has no dice to defend. 3 successes from the gun. That's a serious injury or a trip. And
What have I got? 5.
You just get 5, yeah.
Okay,
No successes.
okay.
You just weak. You fail.
Fantastic.
So, serious injury or a trip.
Serious injury.
Yep.
Yep.
Okay.
Head injury.
So you smash the butt of your rifle into his face, and you feel bones break under the force of, like, there's a crunch and a spurt, and you're aware that gold regeneration means that he'll regenerate.
Yeah.
But he smashes back, and he collapses down onto the ground from the force of your hit, and blood goes everywhere. And then his body writhes and shakes, and he screeches, and his hair recedes up to the roots and becomes shorter, and his body like gets thicker and stronger and more muscular, and the suit that he's wearing suddenly fits him a lot better, and his face becomes more youthful and twists and changes, and he blinks and like holding himself together, and you see his visage twist into the form that you recognize as Edward's.
I knew it. I knew there was something up with him.
Wow.
And he looks at you with broken face, and he says, "Kill me!"
Oh, okay. I go to punch him again.
You punch him. You just punch him. You smack some blood out of his nose as you punch him in the face.
Edward, I thought, I'm confused.
He screams through pained teeth, and he says, "I'm a host. The gold is old and mad and experiments. He is an outcast even to his own people. I don't know why. He doesn't have what he needs to regenerate properly." And he's like, he must be stopped. He took us all. He took me from my home hundreds of years ago. And then he shouts out, "Kill me," again. And then for a brief moment, his eyes flash gold and he starts to wither and age again in front of your eyes.
Cool. Is a rifle any good at this range? Are we in that force field?
You're in the force field. You're within the force field.
Cool. All right.
If we try and remove the Goa old from him,
Mm-hmm.
would that be saving him?
So far, it's proven impossible.
Okay.
So far from what people know, that Major Kowalski, I think it was, that he had one surgically removed, and they thought it was a complete success, but he was still possessed by the gold.
Spoilers.
Yeah, sorry. made no sense. That was episode 2. You know, in the end of episode 1, where he's like, and the worm goes in his neck.
I think so.
Yeah. So, for as far as you know, in the Stargate, you can't remove a gold.
Okay. Did you say we could shoot him?
The host asked you to kill him.
Yeah.
Is there... Do you want to go have a look down... Whereabouts are all the other things that... like the DHD and other things, are they all there?
They are there.
Do you want to have a look at that while I supervise to see if there's anything that could be maybe useful?
Yeah, I was thinking of checking on the... Wasn't there a girl who was getting tortured or something? I was going to go check on her.
Ooh. She is on the table. She seems unconscious but alive.
Okay.
Yeah. Yes. Ooh, this is Jazz's device. Ooh.
That's so deep.
Yeah.
That is for my gold. I don't know. I didn't set it beforehand. I should have. I am a fancy man.
Thinking if you can see if there's anything that can maybe save Edward.
Oh,
in the artifacts and things that are there with your medical knowledge.
Okay, I do that.
Maybe.
See if you can save who?
Edward. Get it out.
Make a medicine check. Make a what have you got? This diagnostic surgery. You try and do field surgery on him. I guess it would be extremely risky. If you really want to try it, but he's currently transformed. You have to restrain him. What are you doing in the moment? He's transforming back into the gold.
Yeah, can we try restraining?
Restraining.
Yeah, make a strength athletics check to hold him down. Challenge level 3. This is to Nick. You succeed.
Unhand me, mortal. You do not have the right to touch me.
That's cool. Yeah, can I try and perform surgery on him or something? Or can I diagnose him? See if there's any way I can save him?
Make a diagnostics check. Challenge level 5. It's gonna be really hard.
Yeah.
Is there anything? There's no.
So I only have 6 dice.
Yep.
Okay.
You have destiny though, but yeah. 2 successes.
Okay.
You
can
feel
I use my
that
destiny?
It won't get. You can trade for 1 success. Or up to 3, but it won't get you there. You have a feeling based on your acid, based on the knowledge you have, that without absolute state of the art surgical facilities, you don't even have whisper of a chance. So like here, you're not going to be able to get him. It coils around their spine and puts things into their brain stem. So like it's not surgery you can perform in the field.
Yeah.
And there's definitely no technology around that could help us.
Not that you're familiar with or you think would help you, no.
All right, cool. I'm going to kill him then.
You're going to pull the trigger?
I don't see any other option.
Okay. Cool. So you raise your gun.
Yeah, I'm going to shoot. Like, because it's a host, right? You got to kill the actual little wormy thing.
You have to kill both.
Yeah, I'm going to kill both.
Cool. So you raise your gun. The major steps next to you and raises his gun. He's seen enough of this.
Yeah.
And Becca, it's a gold in front of you.
Yeah. Can
You
I
raise
do
your
the
gun.
same?
So all
Yeah.
three of you. I'm going to say Nick actually doesn't. You're holding him down. You're pinning him,
Alright.
pinning his arms while he's transforming. And the two of you raise your guns. And he's like, "Unhand me! This is unacceptable! I am the mighty Jackal!" And then you open fire, and just a rain of bullets from your SMGs just empty into this guy. And destiny roll. And after a while, he stops rebelling, and he fight, and then he just falls limp, and the light out of his eyes.
No.
Cool. I'm going to check on the girl. Are you,
Cool.
Yeah.
are you all right?
She's unconscious,
Okay.
but she make a diagnostics
Can I?
check.
Yeah.
3.
3.
3. She seems okay. She doesn't seem to be lastingly injured. And make another diagnostics check on the System Lord Jekyll.
Right. 1.
A 2. I would have said probably challenge level 4. You think he's dead. Pretty sure he's dead. Cool.
No.
Yeah, gonna go. Is the DHD very heavy?
Yes, but it's on a little thing you can winch up, and then you've got a horse and cart and stuff, so you reckon
Cool.
you'll be able to get it back.
All right.
And the girl
So-
will be all right.
Definitely start on that.
Okay, cool. The mage's just
Is
like,
it-
well, I didn't expect our first mission would be having no gold on it. This was meant to be a safe and easy one, but I think these
Yeah.
people will be better off without this snake.
God.
Indeed.
Alright, can I carry the girl
Yeah, you
Out
pick
and
up the
like,
girl and take her out.
to the carriage?
One of the guy on the ground, you step over the guy on the ground who bleeds to death and dies.
Forgot
You
about
step
him.
on out, and the mayor, the attendant is like,
What have you done? No, the mayor.
do you respond to him?
No, I just push past him and
Cool. And he's like,
Edward, no.
and he runs downstairs to attend them. And you take the DHD out up the little winchy thing. Over the next half hour, you load it on the cart and just leave. The guard don't seem to.
Is there anything else of note
This
in this manor?
just some gold bits and bobs by the looks of it.
Yeah, I might grab any.
You imagine
any
that
small-
you don't need to loot because
Yeah.
you will basically file a mission report, and then the SG team will send in a team to pick things up and do things
Okay.
like that. So on your preliminary mission, you
Yeah,
don't
yeah.
need to worry about that.
Cool.
And yeah, so there's a lot of questions that remain unanswered, but unfortunately, the person who could answer them is dead. But for your first recon mission, you kind of head up. There are a couple of guards offer a bit of there is a bit of resistance, but the major just throws a couple of rounds into the air and is like, bugger off, and they the guards at the manor put down their weapons. They're not too fussed because you seem to be threateningly overpowered. And you head back, I guess. You heading back to the Stargate with the DHD.
can I heal myself on those injuries that I got?
You can do some first aid. Make a medicine check to see if you can hasten the healing process. Let me say 2 successes. Probably not. You bandage yourself up or you clean it with gauze, but the body heals. It'll take 3 or 4 days before your bruising goes down. But you're all right.
I'm not a
Nothing's
very good medic.
Nothing's. Well, you can't. You can't like unbruise your bruised skin. Like there's injury. You've sustained an injury. You don't need to suture it. You don't need to stitch it. You kind of like clean it up, but you've just got a big ass welt on your face, and it's going to take a while to get better.
Okay.
And then you head back to the museum. There's very little resistance. People haven't really realized what's happened yet, and dial the Stargate. Is that the plan?
Yeah, I think so.
Make your report. Head home.
Head home, I think.
All right. Head back through the Stargate and report your mission briefing. Daniel Jackson is very excited to hear about this world. Do you tell him anything in particular? Is there anything that stands out as something you should communicate?
This is where Cassandra was paying a lot more attention.
Yeah. Well, we found this like go old, but it was like different to all the other ones, wasn't it?
What was its name? He asks.
Jackal?
Jackal?
Yeah.
He raises an eyebrow, and then he's like, there are stories, but they're far more modern. And you explain the situation, and then he's like, this is very, very strange. And where was it? What was the town? What cultural influence? Where did they come from?
New Dunwich?
Dunwich. And he goes over and he starts looking at some things and he's like, Dunwich, that's Britain's Atlantis, a lost city that it basically disappeared in the 12th or 13th century. But as far as we know, the Goa'uld never came to Earth after the Egyptian era. This changes things. We'll have to look into this. And he very enthusiastically talks about looking into it and how the city was supposedly lost to storms. But that he pulls out some files and he says, but there's some strange legends or laws that carried from that town about a particularly strange person who led them at that time, a Mr. Hyde, who was the mayor of the town, and he led them. And he goes on to talk about how that was rewritten several times over the centuries, and the story carried through to be a very popular story, but he didn't think it would have roots in history.
Yeah.
And with that, you rest, recuperate. Cassandra is back with you, and after a series of days, are ready to embark on your next mission through the gate.
Oh, yeah.
Done.
Sounds good.
That's it. That's the planet.
Woo!
We're
all alive.
Yay! And we'll go on another Stargate adventure next time, eh?
Woo!
Hey, thanks for watching, everyone. Yeah, I don't know what you were supposed to do there aside from like recreate their civilization. I don't know. You kind of just killed the bad guy and left.
Yeah, I wasn't too sure on, because I didn't want a metagame either.
Yeah.
Like with like, is he actually dead? What's the next best thing to help the people? And I'm just,
I don't know.
We got to get back within 24 hours. I don't know.
But because it's Stargate and you will never go back there, I'll just tell the viewers.
Please.
Because why not?
Yeah.
So the idea was that was a patron character that I liked so much because of Stargate that I actually turned that into the antagonist of the episode. He wanted to play with the idea of Jekyll and Hyde, so I kind of built the whole thing around that concept of having a Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, and that the only way that worked for me was having a Goa'uld. And in my mind, the idea was that he was so insane, mad, and experimented that he actually was clinging on to life, the Goa'uld, not the host. And he was kind of, when he forcibly took control because he was weakening, he like poisoned the host and made him weak and age and do all this stuff. A lot of that nonsense happens in Stargate, weird things like that. But yeah, the idea being that he was a mad scientist exiled from the Goa'uld and he kind of stole people off Earth way after the Egyptian gate was buried by using a starship. So where is his starship now? Who knows?
Yeah.
Where are his attendants? Who knows? Is he really dead? Who knows?
Dun, 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 dun.
Cool.
Yeah.
Thank you to our patrons.
Great.
We did a patron scroll at the start of the
Thank you.
video. But to say thank you again, I'll just put it up. Thank you to our patrons because we didn't have it. We didn't read them out in the first episode. Jen will be back next episode with Cassandra. We'll go on another mission through the gate, somewhere a bit different. Who knows what we will encounter? Did you guess that the main antagonist was a patron character?
No.
Did you guess that the main antagonist was the same as the bad guy in the carriage? You almost did, Alicia. You knew something was sus with Edward.
Yeah, I knew he was like, he's coming back. I knew he was coming back.
Yeah. And those gut pains was the Goa'uld symbiote trying to take control.
Yeah, called it.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
All right, well, thank you, everyone, for watching. You have a wonderful week until we upload another video. Although, if you're watching this, I think next week we'll be streaming. I get very confused. Very confused.
Yeah, no, that's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this will be coming out the week before we stream. So you can just come and watch the
Yep.
next two parts, go on the next Stargate journey. Jeremy knows.
Yeah. I do.
So Stargate quip to end the episode. What would they say? I don't know. But we'd get a panning shot of Cheyenne Mountain and everyone would be like, now we pretend nothing in that episode has any bearing on the next one.
Yep.